Judy Kuhn.
Wow.
Welcome. Welcome. Thank you so much for coming out.
Okay, hi. Hi, everybody. Thanks for coming out so early.
So we have time for a few questions before we get started. And I would just like to ask real quick.
Yes.
I know you have a background in musical theater.
Mm-hmm.
How hard was it transitioning into voice acting and singing?
Well, I mean, the theater is where I live. I mean, I'm a theater actor. That's what I do. I do a little film and television, but what I love is live performing in theater. And I mean, the transition. I mean, the reason that I did Pocahantas is because of my theater background. The writers, Alan Menken and Stephen Schwartz, are theater writers. I had worked with Stephen on a show before, a Broadway show called Rags, that he wrote the lyrics for. And there's somebody saw one of the 4 performances of Rags. So they invited me to do it, and the thing that I think the modern 20th, late 20th century animated Disney movies, one of the reasons I think they were so popular and so great is they were written by theater writers, and they had a kind of energy and storytelling that people really responded to. And so they had a lot of theater performers voice characters, and so I was very lucky that they invited me in.
Thank you. Would you mind getting a few questions from the audience?
Not at all.
We don't have a lot of time. Who has a question? Right over here.
Okay, he's doing it.
Oh yeah, I'm doing. You don't need to yell. I gotcha.
I don't want to strike a nerve, but of your 4 Tony nominations, did you? And I don't understand how you never got one, but.
Thank you. That's very kind.
Did you have a favorite role?
It's like choosing between your children. How can you do that? She's great. Thank you. I mean, I suppose of those 4, oh God, I don't know. I can't choose. I mean, the Fun Home, which was the more recent of them, is still very much lives in my heart. So that I would, if I have to choose, maybe I would choose that.
And we probably have a 2-part question right here.
All right. Hello, Judy. Wonderful to have
Hi.
you with us today. I just want to say, wonderful job as Pocahontas, part
Thank
of my
you.
childhood. Thank you. All right. So the 2-part question is this. What was the experience like working with Alan Menken and Stephen Schwartz on Pocahontas? And the second question is, what moment do you look back on as the most impactful in both theater and musical?
Oh, wow. Okay, well, working with Alan and Stephen was fantastic. I adore both of them. They're hilarious. I have a great relationship with them. And as I said, I'd worked with Stephen before, so I knew him. And I knew Alan just from around New York and stuff. Most impactful. I think I have to choose Fun Home again because, God, there's some Fun Home fans out there. Because it was an incredible personal journey. I was involved in the development of the show over many years, and I like to think of myself as a sort of social activist, and it sort of combined my interest in theater and storytelling and social activism. I think it was such an important story that we were telling, and I think it had a huge impact on our audiences, and that was very special to me. It sort of went beyond entertaining to something else, and that was very important to me.
And a question back down the middle, right here.
So, hi.
Hi.
My question is, like, how hard was it to learn, like, all the music and stuff and all your lines and stuff for Pocahontas? Because, like, I'm really interested in that kind of stuff.
Well, I didn't do the speaking part, so, the way you learn any material is by not through memorization, really, but through learning to understand what you're saying, what story you're telling, who you're talking to, all of those things. And the more you deeply understand those things, then you don't forget it. You just know it.
Question again down the middle.
How did you get the part for Pocahontas?
I guess Alan and Stephen had written the song "Colors of the Wind." The movie hadn't been greenlit by Disney yet. It was just an idea at that point, and so they were putting together a pitch with some writers to do the Pocahontas story, and they had written that one song, and they needed to demo it, and they just asked me to demo it, which we did in Alan's home studio. And then I was told that once the movie was greenlit, they told me that I wasn't going to be able to do it because they wanted to cast a Native American actress in the part, which I understood. And I don't know, I guess they got so used to hearing my voice singing the songs, they decided to have me sing the songs, and they cast a wonderful Native American actress, Irene Bedard, to do the speaking. And her voice really matched my singing voice. It was kind of extraordinary the way that worked out. So I was lucky.
Another question in the middle.
Hi, Judy. I'm Jennifer.
Hi, Jennifer.
Now I can say I officially met you.
Yes.
So thank you for
and
that.
I can say I have officially met you.
Fantastic. I just wanted to say, just around the river bend, I remember sitting in the movie theater listening to that, and how much that has really affected my risk-taking in my life. I packed
That's
up and moved to
fantastic.
Spain, not speaking any Spanish yet.
Wow.
So I wanted to thank you for that, and Alan Menken and Stephen Schwartz. But I also wanted to ask you what's around the river bend for you right now.
Oh, well. Yeah, you mean work-wise, I assume. I'm going to do a lab of a new musical that's being developed for Broadway in September with some wonderful writers. I guess, am I allowed to say what it is? I guess it's an adaptation of Norma Ray, the movie Norma Ray. And so we're doing a 5-week lab starting the end of this month for the writers and for getting investors and people interested and all of that. And then some concerts and I guess some more of these conventions.
Okay, we got time for 2 more questions.
Hi, Judy. How are you?
Hi.
Okay, you have played so many roles on Broadway, and that's primarily how I know you. Is there a role you've never gotten to play because of scheduling? Because your schedule was so crazy.
Oh, that I didn't get to play. Well, there's ones I didn't get to play because nobody asked me. I can't really think of ones that I had to turn down because of scheduling. I have to think about that. I mean, there's certainly roles that you have wanted to do and that, then you wake up one day and go, well, I'm too old for that now. I always wanted to play Eliza Doolittle. I always wanted to play Dot in Sunday in the Park. I still want to play Margaret in Light in the Piazza. Any Sondheim I want to do.
And we have one more question right over on this side of the room.
Hi.
Hi.
From one theater actor to another.
Oh.
I'm the Fun Home fan.
Oh,
I have to ask this on behalf of my friend back home in LA. She wants to know what it was like to work in Tick, Tick, Boom with Andrew Garfield.
that it was great. I mean, it was a wonderful set. Lin-Manuel Miranda directed it, and he's such a good guy, and he just made everyone feel really safe and comfortable. It was, height of the pandemic in New York, pre-vaccination. The COVID restrictions were so intense that it made it less relaxing than it might have otherwise been. And everything was moving really fast because they really were on such a tight schedule, because they had gotten shut down when the pandemic happened and they were starting up again. And anyway, it was sort of a crazy experience. I had to live in a hotel by myself in New York for 8 days before I even was allowed on set, because those were the restrictions, even though I lived practically around the corner. They said I could live at home if my husband didn't leave the house. And I said, you haven't met my husband. There's no way he's not leaving the house. But it was a great experience. I was very proud to be a part of that movie because it was celebrating the theater, so yes.
And the big question, are you ready?
Well, never having sung this song at 10:30 on a Sunday morning, we'll have to just wait and see.
Okay, here we go.
You think you own whatever land you land on. The earth is just a dead thing you can claim. But I know every rock and tree and creature has a life, has a spirit, has a name. You think the only people who are the people who look and think like you. But if you walk the footsteps of a stranger, you'll learn things you never knew, never knew. Have you ever heard the wolf cry to the blue corn moon, or asked the grinning bobcat why he grinned? Can you sing with all the voices of the mountain? Can you paint with all the colors of the wind? Can you paint with all the colors of the wind? Come run the hidden pine trails of the forest. Come taste the sun-sweet berries of the earth. Come roll in all the riches all around you, and for once never wonder what they're worth. The rainstorm and the river are my brothers. The heron and the otter are my friends, and we are all connected to each other in a circle, in a hoop that never ends. High does the sycamore grow. If you cut it down, then you'll never know. And you'll never hear the wolf cry to the blue corn moon. For whether we are white or copper skinned, we need to sing with all the voices of the mountain. Need to paint with all the colors of the wind. You can own the earth and still all you'll own is earth until you can paint with all the colors of the wind.
You know what to do. Fabulous. Judy Kuhn. You can do better than that.
Thank you
oh
so
my
much.
God.
Thank you so much.
Keep it going.
I'll be here all day. Come say hi.
Oh, that's so wonderful. Thank you.
Hi, this is Aaron Ashmore, and you are watching Fandom Spotlight. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe like now. Oh, and have fun and follow your fandom.